Hi guys, and in this last video that we're doing in this module, I just wanted to go over Cloudflare with you, if I can say it properly. So Cloudflare is, there's lots of advantages for using Cloudflare. You can use it with most hosts, so all the big hosts you can use it for. They do have a massive list of all the companies that they use if you go onto the website, which is actually cloudflare.com. And it's it goes in conjunction with sort of hiding your footprints. What you can do is you can sign up with a Cloudflare account for your domain, and it will create some diversity. Cloudflare actually is a footprint, but because millions and thousands of websites use it, it's not going to be a footprint that Google's going to recognize as something that's going to penalize you, especially if you do it correctly. So what I suggest is that you can set up one Cloudflare account and put lots of domains on it, but that's a massive footprint, because what they will do is they'll give you name servers to use on all of your domains. I'll go through all that in a minute. That might sound a bit confusing, but they're going to give you a new name server. At the moment, your domain points to your hosting company, and it'll be using their name servers, but your name servers are going to change to Cloudflare. And each time you set up a Cloudflare account, they give you a different name server. So that's why you need to create a brand new one every time you do it. Now, obviously, organisation, make sure that if you've got a spreadsheet with all your domains and all your PBNs listed on it, like we showed you in the last, or like I talked through, should I say, in the last video, make sure you've got a spreadsheet with all your money sites and all your PBNs listed out so that you're not cross-listing them. And then it might be an idea just to put an extra column in on which ones you're using Cloudflare on. In fact, it could be really advisable to do that on that spreadsheet, and then you can put in your sort of passwords and whatever. They will send emails, but you don't need to confirm them. So you could do something that you could use across the board. So for this one, I'm going to use info@mizofumi.net, which is actually the website that we're using at the moment, Mizofumi. So I'm just going to do that, even though that's not actually a website. If I needed to, I could set a website up on that, because I've obviously I own the website, so I could set up an email on that. I've set up my password, and yeah, just to clarify, that's cloudflare.com, so that's CLOUDFLARE, like it says here, .com, and then you just sign up for a new account, sign up for a free one, and it's create account. Excuse me. Okay, and we'll save that. And yeah, so the first thing you need to do for this is to add a website. So we'll just copy that. Paste. It's saying enter a valid. It might just be that I need to take all that out. I can't remember. I haven't done it for a little while. Okay. Oh, it might be that it didn't like that at the end. Just try that again. There we go. Okay, this is going to take a couple of minutes, and you've got this video that you can watch. I would advise, if you haven't watched it before, to watch it. But this takes a few seconds, so I'll just pause this and then come back. So that's finished, so that's now done, so we can press continue. Okay, so when you get to this bit, these are some of the footprints that we can delete. We don't need a lot of this stuff. We do need any of the anything actually usually that's orange. So anything that's Mizofumi.net, we need to keep that. We need to keep the www because we've got that on there. We don't need the FTP, so we can delete that. We can keep these two. We don't need the auto discover, and we don't need the MX files. So that it just basically gets rid of most of the footprints. All we're keeping is these orange ones basically, and yeah, what will happen is it's going to give us some new name servers. So don't worry if you don't fully understand this. I mean, obviously this is just a basic training course, but if you follow what I'm doing on here, you'll be absolutely fine. So press continue. Okay, obviously we're going to go for a free website. They do offer different plans, and obviously if you wanted to look into those, you can. I've never used any of them. I generally use them for a little bit of security. They also do a thing where they cache your website, so if your server's down, you know, your website will still load because it will be on their server. And all a cache is basically a copy. So they'll copy the page so that your website will load, or at least your front page will. So that's good as well. So yeah, oh, we don't want a pro website, we want a free website. There we go. So just press continue. I'll show you a few things you can do on here as well. Right, okay, so these are the I think these are the OneOnOne name servers. It's saying remove those and replace with these ones. So you just need to make sure that obviously name server number 1 and name server number 2. Now the only thing is for some reason I put this on one of my old hosting accounts, which is OneOnOne. I generally advise people not to use OneOnOne. I actually think they're a very good company, and I've had no problems with them. In fact, I've been using them since I've been in business in 2002. However, they do not have what is known as a generic cPanel. And a generic cPanel is, like most of the hosts will use the same cPanel, and it's very, very simple and straightforward and very user-friendly. Whereas OneOnOne, if you've not used it before, you know, you might take a little while to kind of navigate your way around. And I find that OneOnOne's a little bit more expensive anyway than most of the other hosts. So yeah, you can use it, it's absolutely fine. But what you would need to do now is to go into your cPanel and change your name servers. So it says here, look, please visit your registrar's dashboard, change your name servers to the following. I'm not actually going to go through that because you'll be able to see all my domains and everything, so I need to obviously do that in private, but I will actually go and do that now so that I can finish this video off for you. So I'll just pause this. I'm in my OneOnOne control panel, and it was originally saying OneOnOne name server, so the domain is actually purchased and hosted by OneOnOne. So that makes things slightly easier. But if you've got a domain that you've bought through a registrar like Namecheap, for instance, and you're hosting it with GoDaddy, you would just need to go to Namecheap and change the name servers from GoDaddy to Cloudflare. Okay, so name server 1. So if we just go back to our Cloudflare, so as you can see, that's NSUK's 1, so that's going to be the new name server for name server 1, because it's saying remove these other name servers. So whatever nsuk1on1.dns.biz is, we have to change that. So I would put that in 1, and then name server 2. See, with OneOnOne it doesn't actually tell you which name server's which, but I'm going to assume it's this way round. And then the name server 3 and 4 is saying remove. So if we leave those blank, that should be sufficient. Okay, so we press save. So edit DNS settings, that's fine. Okay, so that now to aggregate properly, it says it's all happened, but to aggregate properly, it's going to take about 24 hours. We'll press continue on here because we've done that. So it says here, please ensure that your website is using the name servers provided. So we can just go to DNS settings. Again, yeah, mizafumi.net there, you see. And then we've got Cloudflare there, Derek. Okay, that looks like it's the different way round, so we might have to swap those round. But again, it doesn't give us a definite on how this was set up. when you put OneOnOne name servers, it doesn't actually show you. Actually, we could have a look at the who is and see which way round it is, because it's a name server 1 is DNS and name server 2 is .biz. So go to OneOnOne again. Actually, I can't remember which way around it was, but I think this one, let's just say recheck name servers. Sorry about this. Normally this is a little bit more straightforward. It's obviously important not to get these. It's important not to get these around the wrong way, really. Okay, well, we'll leave it for now, and I'll check it in 24 hours. And then, you know, basically, if it's not working, this site will have gone down. But you wouldn't normally do this. What you would do is you would change 1 for whatever 1 is and 2 for the other one. But that's the reason why a lot of people don't use OneOnOne, because they don't make things very easy for us on here. So yeah, so basically you would change the name server 1 to whatever they tell you to change on there. We've gone past that bit now, and you change the second one to whatever they change on there, and then you would leave it for 24 hours, and then you can, once it's all aggregated and it says it's working fine, once you log back in, obviously make sure you've made a note of your email and passwords before you log out, and then when you log back in, there's quite a few things that you can have a look at up here. You know, they will actually give you some analytics. So again, you're not going to be using Google Webmaster Tools or Analytics on any of your PBNs. So if you wanted to, you could come in here and see some useful information. Again, obviously there's not going to be nothing on there because it's brand new. This is the DNS, so you can, if you ever need to see, here we go. This is what we wanted to see, wasn't it? So the first one should be Derek, the second one should be Vedas. Okay, we've got these around the wrong way. Just realised that now. So let's just change these. So paste, and then the second one. There we go. Obviously, just make sure that you haven't got any spaces or anything, because sometimes that can mess it up. We'll press save again. That should be, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, and then obviously if it's not working, we can just come back and switch them back. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of things you can look at. You can cache the website so that it shows a front page. Again, you're not going to be able to do that until it's all sorted. You can sort of do stuff to play around with the speed. I mean, there's quite a few things you can look at here, and this is all provided free from Cloudflare, so it's pretty good. And you get an extra level of security. What they do is they share the host throughout different places in the world, so that it makes it really secure, so hackers can't get into it as well. So and what will happen is that once this is aggregated, this will show your name server slightly different. So instead of showing all these, it will show whatever Cloudflare is. It will still generally show your IP address as the same. It might change the IP address, but it will change some of this information. So obviously it's leaving less of a footprint for, actually we could try it now just to see if anything's changed. I very much doubt it. As I say, normally takes about 24 hours. But just while we're on the video, we can just have a quick look. No, okay. So that's not been done. But yes, it obviously for diversity as well, if you're using lots of different PBNs for your money sites, and you happen to be using 1 or 2 or 3 PBNs that have all got the same DNS and name servers, then you know, if you're using Cloudflare, that then although it's a footprint, it's actually showing it on a different server, which shows Google, obviously as long as all your other stuff's different, like your name and address and all that, or your who is information is, private, then as long as that's all been set correctly, then it's going to show Google that these are on, it's going to show enough diversity for Google, so your PBN should be safe for as long as you have them. But that was a quick overview on Cloudflare. If you want to know how to change your name servers from your cPanel, if you just Google that or put that into YouTube, there's dozens of videos that will show you how to do that. If you're using Bluehost or GoDaddy or HostGator or any of those, then they have exactly the same cPanel. It's like it says Soft Delicious. And changing the name servers is a doddle. It really is easy. You just need to go into it and swap them over, and obviously just make sure you're swapping for the right ones. And then as you can see, it takes 5 minutes. So just one quick overview on this. Obviously, make sure you set up a brand new Cloudflare account for each PBN that you use. I mean, obviously they allow you to put more domains on here because when you're setting up a Cloudflare, you can add sites here, you see, because obviously it's better for you. It might be easier for you if you've got loads of sites you're trying to manage, and you want to add extra security. But we're not just doing it for security, we're doing it for diversity. So you do need to kind of create a different account. Otherwise, all your name servers are going to be exactly the same for each site, are going to be the same as what's on this site, and again, that's kind of defeating the object. So hopefully that was a little bit helpful for you. Just another little sort of extra thing you can do for hiding footprints. But yeah, so I think that's about it really. Thanks ever so much.
Just to add on from that, don't forget to join us on Facebook, where you can get all the free course tools, the PDFs and the downloads. Also, you get free support for the course, and any questions that you have on SEO, anything to do with the course, or anything else you can think of to do with SEO, just come on into that group, and either myself or someone in the group will be able to help you. Simply go to facebook.com/groups/passive income ladder. And we'll see you on in there. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the training fresh off the press as it's released. I'm putting up videos all the time, so obviously you want to make sure you get all the cutting edge information about SEO. Most of the stuff is really up to date, so it's a good idea for you to subscribe to the channel, get it all as it comes out. And obviously, if you're subscribed to the channel, you will get free access to the full free course. Don't forget to check the show notes down below as well to see if there's anything else in there that's of any use to you to add on to this video.